of Boston's famous North End, and today I'm going to be eating from a few different places because food is all I really care about in this neighborhood. I actually started to develop a simultaneous love for Chinese and Italian food because the first big city that I lived in was in the middle of Manhattan, which was in the intersection between Little Italy and Chinatown in the middle of the fish market. Every time I got outside, I would smell a combination of old people, fish, and also pasta and ravioli and dessert and gelato. So I'm really excited now that we're in the Boston area to explore Boston's little quaint version of Little Italy, to eat many more carbs and try what it has to offer in terms of seafood because we're a lot closer to the coast here. I'm gonna go into a few restaurants that have been rated really well by Google and the public for really good pasta, really good pizza, really good carbs, really good meat, really good seafood, and see which one I like the best. I'm excited. I'm ready to get started. It's a lively Sunday for food, and will only become livelier because we anticipate spring to spring soon. It's already technically spring. It doesn't quite feel like spring yet. Oh. So we're in North End. This is it. Lots of boulevards, lots of people. Some other people here that don't want to be in the shot. We are making our way to Carmelina's after very unsuccessful trials at other places, including Neptune Oyster, no less than 1 hour's worth of wait at a time. So we gave up on that after 10 minutes of being hangry. So we're here exploring the North End. First time at Carmelina's. Apparently it's really well known for pasta and also really good appetizers, large portion sizes, really good mixture of fresh ingredients. And so we're gonna go check it out. Come on. This is my first time out. This is my first time looking at you all instead of one other person. I talked to the lady and she literally said the #1 pasta to try is the carbonara and tuna appetizer. I do not know what that involves, but I love tuna and I love fresh fish. Okay, so they gave us some really hot, actually. It was hot before. Bread with some, it looks like balsamic. We're gonna just dip this in here and try it. Yeah, it looks like your pineapple, the Hawaiian roll, which is, you know, not the best, but it tastes really good. Kind of like an English butter roll feel, but it's highly upgraded with the sauce. If this was a little hotter and I hadn't let it sit for 15 minutes, I would really enjoy this. The sauce is untainted by dipping, which makes me really happy, but also a little confused. I have had more graceful days. This is really good. Thank you. Wow. The other people who had a lot more money that they regularly spend on food like this would be not as impressed, but I'm like, it's gorgeous looking. Oh my goodness. Charred steak, but like so lightly cooked. And on top you can see some, I think it's green peppers chopped. Oh, hello little insect. And I'm tempted to think that is caviar, but it's definitely not. Look at the sauce game. I don't think I've had something so sophisticatedly multi-layered before. And also the coloring and the diverse combination of different elements and textures is just so beautiful. Well, I think that's enough of looking. Let's like do some more eating. I can't cut this tuna, so I'm just gonna go in. Oh yeah. Potato is like seared on the pan, so it's crunchy on the bottom. It's robust potato. And the tuna, it's not as soft as I expected. And I'm using this as a fork. This is how you do it, right? I still can't figure out what the black thing is though. Oh, it's olive. It's olive. Sour. Sour, like sort of seasoning on the olives. Presentation is phenomenal. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, I got some spice there. What's that? Oh, that's really spicy. What's that? Is that a jalapeno? Maybe that's a jalapeno. Oh, that's really spicy. See, like the tuna cut is so clean. It's just been a while since I've seen real tuna. How pretty this is. Look at that glisten. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with food. I'm obsessed with layers of food. I'm obsessed with the textures of food. This is incredible. He's recording me trying this for the first time.
Okay, travel log.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what it is. All right, this one's on a pan. It's pretty fresh. I can smell it. This is the way that I like to eat things. Like, I'll be civilized and put it down. Let's go in. This is pretty representative, I would say. Look at that. Oh, it's a nice pull. I think it's the mixture of like the crumbly cheese and like the bacon and the texture and the way it's fried. The more meat you get, the better it is. That's a very rare statement for me to make. The way that cheese seamlessly blends into the sauce without it being incredibly heavy is very impressive. There's no way that I would like that better than this. I'm a pasta person. I would be doubtful that I would find a pasta as good as this pasta in a different place, like in this area. So pretty. It fits so well back and forth. Such different elements get brought out. The tuna is a little bit more sour and fresh and less like hot and piping. When I come back to that, it's even better. Somehow I don't remember how good it is when I stop eating it. I don't really feel like I ate anything because I like it so much. I never think about what goes into it when I like it like this. This is the way I like to eat bacon. I don't think I could make bacon this good. It doesn't look like I ate anything. It was the same situation when ordering pasta in Cape Cod. It was like multiple dishes with multiple buckets of seafood and multiple meats and multiple pasta varieties and multiple versions of cut up lobster. And I could never finish the freaking dish. I mean, I'm never good, but I guess others can participate if they want. So we're outside of Brico. I learned recently that inside is a restaurant and lounge, but they have like 5 or 6 other different places in terms of like gelato, snacks, bakery, panetteria, which is just for sandwiches. But I've been assured that this is the absolute most famous place that you have to try here. Here goes the traditional menu. This is the kind of stuff that feels like something real. Appetizers. Ooh, a polpette. What's that? It feels like it's like a fancy pulp of seafood. The beef carpaccio, I understand that. Ooh, that octopus looks good. Shrimp scampi, all sorts of purees. And we've got pastas here. See, it looks like this is the promise that everything is certified, and we believe that promise. And here's the bigger plates. Duck, veal, oh my. And always a half lobster dish. What's famous? I'm gonna have to ask him and talk to him. There's a lot of Brico-owned restaurants. At the top here, this is this place. He assured me that this is the place to be. So I believed him. It's a very fancy place. The aura and environment is very mystically dark. There are candle lights that are fake in the middle of the day. The water glasses are they remind me of like wiener dogs and how much just thickness is in the body of them. So, we'll see if it lives up to the hype. We've got a really lucky window seat literally in the corner here, so people watching, privileges. It's just the right amount of sunlight and the right amount of reminder that you're right next to this entire neighborhood. Pretty much the same street as all the other restaurants that are recommended. So we are in the heart of it right now. Like even the plate looks like you bought it off of Michael's. Look at how flat this is. It's like a ceramic piece of art you could hang on your wall. It just feels like an elevated platform for food. Here he comes, I think, with some bread. Since you had such great recommendations at the beginning, what are your top, most unique items for tasting?
The agnolotti.
Agnolotti? Okay.
Onions.
Let's do that.
It is
really good? Okay, let's do the octopus. Thank you. It's very nice presentation. He said this was garlic, pesto, and then this is white bean with prosciutto. It looks very beany. I can tell it's not warm, but it's artisanal. I think I might try to be graceful and just kidding. It's not gonna work. I don't think I understand a better way to do this except to dunk it in on top of the bread. You really taste the garlic in that. Obviously, they let the garlic age in a way that didn't expire. What is that called? Pickles. I normally really like this portion because I just get to eat a lot of bread, and you really don't feel bad if you're really hungry just eating unlimited bread. Look at this. It changes the color because it's like super fresh inside the way that guacamole avocado ages with a little bit of oxidation. I'm pretty sure this is a pesto. I'm absolutely sure now. It's not as flavorful, but it's very pesto filled. This is the last one, which is the bean. Prosciutto infused, and that smells meaty. This is my favorite one. This tastes like everything I like about prosciutto, but infused into something healthy. Very unique. I mean, as much as I like how much this garlic has preserved itself, I think I really like the bean paste prosciutto thing better. It's a little dry. Alright, here it comes. I'm such a big fan of the presentation for all these places. Where was this before? Never seen octopus as an appetizer that hasn't been kind of that scaly, really deep purple. I look at it and I think it's fish, non-octopus fish. The deep, rich purple, it's like purple the way that ube is purple. I'm gonna hold it like a pot of gold and smell it. Ooh. To try the octopus first because it's the octopus. Oh wow. Oh wow. Consider the octopus. It tastes richer than chicken, and it's like got kind of like a texture of calamari. No, not calamari. Scallops. So it's got that soft, squishy, really meaty, and a seafood kind of meatiness. This is wrinkly the way that you want a tomato to be wrinkly. It's blistered. And I still haven't figured out what this is. Some kind of tuber. It's really, in Chinese they call it mianhu. Like, squishy. Squishy the way that potatoes get squishy when you mash them. But it's completely, it's like a baked potato. Okay, it's like a baked potato. But it's like a fancy baked potato that's purple. I really like the green beans though. I'm pretty sure I could squirt green bean juice directly at the camera eye because it's so juicy. I haven't had a juicy green bean out for ever since COVID started. And it's not COVID's fault. So I'm a big fan. Big fan. I'm a big fan. I swear I'm okay. I'm really surprised by this octopus. I think I might like it better than the tuna. And the tuna was very good, but I also spent like 20 minutes talking before I started eating the tuna. I'm now very sorry, and I feel bad toward the tuna. But we ate all the tuna, so it's happy. Look at that cream sauce. You can tell it was freshly made by hand, right? And look at how that cheese crisps and how it's absorbing that oil. Oh, it looks great. Get some cheese, get some spinach, get some rav. All right, let's go. Look at the texture's the biggest surprise. This outside section is a lot harder. I don't even remember what he said this was stuffed with. It tasted like beef. It has that robust beefy flavor. The freshness of the dough, it really does remind me of like dumpling dough. This is the most dumpling-like dough that I've ever tasted. It's really creamy. It's like Alfredo creamy. But it's a really good flavor. I mean, if you like cream pasta and you like ravioli and you like homemade dough and you like spinach, if you like creamy spinach anything, you like this for sure. Look at the whole mountain of spinach right here. It's just drenched in cheese. Wow. I think you just have to be really hungry to finish this whole thing. Not also have eaten like 3 other dishes beforehand. I didn't take a break already. I never like to feel defeated by carbs in meat. All right, I'm gonna turn off the camera and see how much more damage I can do to this and hope for the best. Okay, so we're here at Prezza now. This is our third and final location that we're going to try today. And as you can tell by the evening ambiance, or at least the late afternoon ambiance, we're nearing the end of the day, and so this is going to be more of a dinner meal. We're going to order a little bit more than just pasta because we've literally been eating just pasta and cream and a little bit of seafood today. So we're going to try something new just to switch it up a little. And I'm really excited to try it because they're known for their pasta, but there's a ton more on the menu. So let's go. I'll ask for the recommendations, and hopefully they're nice.
First time in?
Yeah.
Did you have lunch today?
I had 2 lunches, but that's just because we're exploring the neighborhood.
The tartare, both the beef and
Okay.
or the tuna.
Okay.
Top pasta here is one raviolo, and it's pretty unique. You can only get this pasta in about 4 restaurants in the country. It's just one piece, so it's really good if you've
Oh,
already
it's
had
just
pasta.
one piece.
You won't have any space left, but for dinner, if you want to think outside the box there and go more like traditional immigrant Italian, you could do this meatball, sausage, and ribs over tomato and polenta.
Okay.
It's great.
Wow.
You could actually just close your eyes and point, and you'd be happy.
That's a good precedent to set. Oh no. I've gotten more confused. He knows that dude knows what he's talking about. I think a tartare is fresh, it's raw, it's kind of acidic. I think that sounds good to start. He's really selling that egg yolk ravioli. I mean, as much as it sounds so creamy and so rich and so thick, it's worth trying. That immigrant dish sounded really good too. Yeah, so let's do the immigrant. This is by far my favorite bread. The texture, the inside juxtaposed with the crunchiness of the outside. And these are pitted olives. That's a very fresh olive. I appreciate that. So I didn't appreciate that as much before I went to the nation of Italy. But after I went to the nation of Italy and tasted all that their olive game had to offer, I realized that fresh pitted olives are one of my favorite pre-meal. When I went to the nation of Spain, I came to appreciate fresh pitted olives even more. The appreciation increases steadily over the years. We're just gonna make room for the attractive thing. I know that the lighting isn't the best. The way that this stack of mini pickles looks like Jenga is so impressive. The smear is graceful as heck. I'm trying to find a lighting angle that does justice to this, and I don't think there is one. And I completely destroyed the Jenga. I lost the game, my first stab. Funny that I'm trying a pickle before I'm trying the reason why I ordered this. Wow. Oh my. A complete like jolts of pickle flavor and like lots of texture because of all the little bumps on it. But I'm here to eat the beef. I'll sweep one of the pickles over the graceful sauce per the recommendation of the waiter. A really civilized person just reminded me that sometimes you can use bread as a food spoon, but you can eat the spoon. And it's kind of nice. Like they're almost like soybean sprouts on top, or I don't know what fancy people put on top of their tartare. Top it with one singular pickle, and we're gonna call it fancy. And that was the most sophisticated way that Lisa's ever eaten tartare. Mark it in the books, folks. Yeah, that's the way to do it. This plus the tartare, plus a little dip, plus a little pickle chip. As good as this stuff is by itself, it's much better on top of bread, which I suppose is true of many things in life. This is what came with this. It's supposed to be, I think, a pepper. It just looks like a really unripe tomato. I think it has prosciutto stuffed inside. It literally looks like a meatball. It's not cutting. This pepper is like really rambunctious. I don't think it's meant to be cut, guys. I think it's just getting ugly. Forget it. Ooh. That tastes like a pepperoncini. Really salty, sour, peppers is completely done with cream. I'm trying to dig out the prosciutto to save it so I can eat it. The cream to prosciutto ratio. You see this? Prosciutto is good though. Oh, maybe it's ricotta. Oh yeah, after all those baking shows that use ricotta. I should have known. So this is the one singular ravioli, topped with plentiful shaved cheese. It's completely, I don't know that emulsifying is the right word. It's a cooking term. Emulsification is the emotion that I feel because it sounds like what's happening right now. Very, very fresh. Just the teensiest bit of egg yolk that has been lost in the sauce. That last pasta dish that I had with the extreme spinach cream was wrapped in this like outside layer that was a lot thicker, and that's the same thing here. The flavor profile is more to my personal subjective liking. The red sauce makes it a little bit more edible for me. Just doesn't feel as heavy and weighed down. Maybe it's the fact that it's stuffed with egg yolk and not beef. Makes it a little bit smoother, less really condensed. And there isn't like a mound of cheese in the middle of it that's like unsurpassable. Yeah, and it's got that tartness from the tomato. I can't tell you how many food bloggers on YouTube talk about tartness from the tomato or tartness from the whatever, or just tartness. They've caught on to something with the tartness because whatever tartness exists in this plate really offsets the creaminess and this is very neat. I really like this. The finally came looks like a large stack of spaghetti and meatball, and the bottom just looks like a big pile of cheese. And they give us a large spoon to accompany this journey. It tastes like a deconstructed pizza. Looks like underneath here there is a whole boned piece of chicken. Maybe that's a rib. Yeah, there's no chicken that tastes like this. A pork. Let's be clear. There are lots of ribs in this world. The base is the mashed potato. Just kidding. That's not a potato. This is definitely not a potato. What is this like? What are grits made of? It tastes like grits. There's a professional name for this. It's completely eluding me right now. But this is a heck of a ton of meat. I don't think that I would be healthy if I finished this. The immigrant style is entirely practical. This is the most economically savvy thing that you'll probably order at a restaurant. Very filling, completely completely deprived of vegetables. Tomato is like, I mean, I said fresh, but it's just because I could tell that there are individual tomato particles. It could also just be canned tomatoes. You know, the way that military stew is just thrown together, it kind of feels like that, which I don't mind. Everything I've had today has been extremely well put together and a little bit scary. So it's nice how this is just a big pile of meat over a big pile of unknown carb topped with like tomatoes. It was purely overwhelming. It's going to take me a long time to eat. And that's not a problem. It's not even 6:30. I'm really happy. Look at this. Did you see that? Did you see that? After 6 plates of food and 3 baskets of bread, the fact that this still tastes good is pretty nice. The issue was that the battery died. I'll recap my favorites out of the 3 places that we went to today. First, absolutely outstanding, mind-blowingly so. The octopus, for me, it was literally the most unexpected texture, the most meaty and juicy and flavorful and complex like profile of different spices. I would go back to Brico, the second restaurant, just to eat that, probably for my main meal, and just order like 3 more of them. Overall, Carmelina's, the vibe, the ambiance was really nice. It was really endearing. It was really family-oriented. Service was really, really good. Brico, personally, the waiter had the most endearing conversation with me for like the dinner vibe, the ambiance, the lighting of the candle in front of you at the table. It was really nice at Prezza. Overall, the customer service in the North End completely blows my mind. I don't think I had high expectations for such a highly touristy area. I also didn't have as high expectations going in for the food. Just the fact that it was like really quality food, really natural, fresh ingredients, really unexpected homemade pastas, really hearty, large portion sizes. That was impressive as it was, but for sure it was the octopus. If you have time to eat anything, go for the octopus at Brico. Eat it for your main dish with your family. Make everyone order multiple portion sizes of it, and you won't be sad. Even if it's not your favorite dish, I would say that is the most memorable, hard to miss thing that we had today. But we're gonna go back and we're gonna try even more, maybe some more pizza in the future. We'll add on to our recommendations list, but that's it for now. So thanks and bye. Decided to get started, and let's just go do it now. I have a brother, and he is a lot better at this. That's the problem. He should help me, but he's not here. I'm filming you right now. You're looking into the camera. Okay. This is gonna be B-roll. There's too many people in this area. Cataloging experiences outdoors for the first time during a 2+ year pandemic is so hard. I forgot how to be social with a camera.
It's not gonna be good.
Hard, and hearty. Sound like a pirate. We went to Regina Pizza, and we had a really illuminating conversation while we were standing under a heat lamp outside when the temperature dropped by 15 degrees Fahrenheit. And there were two lovely men who were romanced from different parts of the country, and they met while they were fishing, and it was my favorite love story. Much better than reality TV these days.